I think some of the big challenges around growing food sustainably close or in cities are centered around pricing. The price of food is low in the UK, and we have extremely high food standards. And in order to grow food sustainably at scale, using any sort of technology, it needs to happen in a way that can meet those prices. And that requires things like automation, scale, cheap energy, all of which aren't available in the city centre, and most of which are available at a much cheaper price outside of cities. So it's really about enabling us to lower the price of food so that it's available at the same market price that it is now. Over the last 6 years, we've gone on quite a journey. We started with a shipping container with a greenhouse on top down by Borough Market, where we were growing food and selling it to local restaurants. We then moved into a warehouse in Beckton, where we grew food for 2 years. We were producing about 20 tons of leafy greens and 4 tons of tilapia, selling that into local restaurants. And then what we're now looking at is a fully rural site with on-site energy generation at a much larger scale, which allows us to afford the amount of automation needed to keep our price down to a point where we can work with major food distributors and food processors and retailers. I wear 2 hats. I'm director of a company called Grow Up Community Farms, and Grow Up Community Farms is all about educating and engaging with local communities on where our food comes from and sustainable food systems. And there's definitely a link between technology and education, but I think fundamentally you kind of need to take a step further back even in the technology, because a lot of people don't really understand anything about our food system. So, from educating school children around what basil is through to talking in brief around the sort of supply chains that are in place, I think all of that's really important. And without that, we can't really expect people to make informed choices, because they don't really know what they're making the choice about.